You know, we learned a lot during the COVID pandemic. We learned the definition of PPE, why wastewater is so important, and who is, or rather who isn't, willing to go along for the collective good. One thing the city of Boise learned, turning streets into pedestrian parkways, pays off. 8th Street in downtown Boise, for example, was closed to cars in the summer of 2020, and it kept people from the prime parking spot right in front of their favorite restaurant or store. But businesses were able to recover some of that lost convenience when the city allowed them to extend their patio seating across the sidewalk, opening up more open air spaces, which is good. It's a popular concept, and recently it's been used by more organizations. The North End Neighborhood Association, for example, they closed down 13th Street in Hyde Park for a day back in May. And now another attempt is happening this weekend on the Boise Bench. Boise Bicycle Project is behind the closing of a section of Latah Street. How is that going to go over? And could we see this trend stick around like it did on 8th Street? Aspen Shumpert asked that of the city and the people that live in the area.
The Boise Bench is gearing up for a great ride.
The streets are a public space, and we can close them and use them as a public space that works for us.
The Boise Bicycle Project, with support from the city and others, is hosting an open streets event to crank up the fun.
There's about 5 hubs of activity: mobility, youth, our open streets hub, community, and our Boise Goat Head Fest zone.
The mile of Latah Street from Cassia Street to Morris Hill Road will be closed off to cars, but not pedestrians. You can walk through the whole thing, stopping for a bite or entertainment.
Gives people that don't usually come up to the bench or Latah a good reason, excuse to come up here and see what's going on. And
open streets aren't a new thing in Boise, so what if the city closed more streets to cars, like 13th and Hyde Park, with its narrow roads?
I worked in Hyde Park for 10 years, and a little scary going into Hyde Park when there's a bunch of people and some cars are moving fast.
Or Latah Street.
I would prefer it to stay open.
If Latah closed for good, it would affect her work commute.
To close this street, I think, is taking away a lot of options for people.
Others, intrigued.
I don't think the traffic is that busy to justify it. You know, once it gets as busy as like Vista, then maybe I could see that.
So maybe in the future, but not right now.
It's definitely gaining popularity and becoming a cool spot. Not Latah. Latah's not ready for that.
But a day event, more in their liking.
I'm a cyclist, so I ride my bike to work or to play every single day. We're not anti-car, but we are pro-pedestrian, pro-cyclist, pro-public transport.
The city isn't pedaling fast to close down more streets.
Right now we're really focused on 8th Street.
Considering improvements to its one fully closed road, but not closed off to the idea of more.
We are excited to look at that as a model for where spaces like this might be appropriate in other neighborhoods in the future.
To get to this Sunday's event, attendees are encouraged to bike bus, which is essentially a group of people meeting up ahead of the event and traveling to it together. So watch out for large pods of bikers this Sunday. The Boise Bicycle Project has already started planning for next year, and they said they want to be in Wenstead Park neighborhood. But more importantly, Brian, the city said they kind of take these days where they close down certain streets, and organizations are pushing for those to look at whether or not they could close it permanently in the future, and it could be a good spot.
Okay. So, yeah, and then pedaling up Americana might be a little difficult, too. So
yeah.
keep that in mind. Watch out for those cyclists, as you said. All right.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Aspen.